It's a 7-speed, paddle-shifted, dual clutch that shifts in milliseconds. I'm talking about The year's 1988. You walk into your BMW dealership, you're looking at a little E30, 325i. Next to it, you see box flares, big wing, 5-speed manual transmission. And you think, what the heck is this? It's a 4-cylinder. It's the BMW M3. It's the greatest car ever made, and I have no personal bias towards that. BMW released the M3 to keep up in the DTM races happening in Europe. They wanted to hang with the Mercedes 190e. So they made some changes to the car. They made the body wider. They made the engine rev higher. They made it handle better. BMW started a legacy with the M series that day. And now in 2021, we've got twin turbochargers, dual clutch transmissions, huge tires, big flares, anything you ever want. So you just purchased it and you're thinking, man, I want to add more to this stuff. I've seen every iteration of the M3 modified to the hills. E36s with turbo kits, E46s with superchargers, E92 M3s with screaming loud exhaust on it. The options are endless. There's so much support out for these cars. All right, so you just got your F80 M3, F82 M4, and you want to start modifying. And we're going to talk about the pros and cons of modifying these cars as the first BMW turbocharged M car out there. All right, before we get to the rest of the video, guys, I did want to just mention something real quick. MAPerformance is celebrating our 15-year anniversary this year, so we're going to be doing another giveaway. You may have seen this summer, we've done a few already, but this one's going to be a little bit different. There's going to be a special 15th anniversary edition t-shirt. All of the proceeds from that are going to go to support Direct Relief Charity. As well, now this is where it gets fun, every order that leaves our facility is going to have one of these guys, a little 10mm socket. It's going to come in handy, it's going to be cool, but for one winner every week in September, someone is going to receive one of these golden sockets. Now, if you do find this, definitely reach out to us, let us know, because you just won a $1,500 MAPerformance gift card. All right, let's get back to the rest of the video, guys. Getting right into the pros of it, obviously this S55 engine comes with 2 turbochargers, air-to-water intercooler, and your choice of a dual clutch transmission or a 6-speed manual right from the factory. Now that's all cool and all, but it's still BMW. You've still got all the amenities that you want. Heated steering wheel, heated seats, maybe even cooled seats, depending on who optioned that car out.
You're good.
Another pro about this car is BMW kept it pretty classic with this one. It comes in the option with a 6-speed manual, rear-wheel drive, front-mounted engine, and it's what BMW has been this whole time. They didn't stray too far away from that with this generation. It's got all the new luxury features that you would want out of a new car, but still kind of has that classic BMW feel. It's gonna make for a track weapon, a super fun daily driver, or something that you can mod the hell out of and go race kids on the highway in. Another really awesome pro about the F80 M3 is BMW offered it in a lot of really cool color combos. Some of my favorites are the new Yas Marina Blue, or the Secure Orange, or Austin Yellow. These are really cool colors that you don't see on a lot of other BMWs. The F80 M3 also comes factory with Michelin performance tires, big massive brakes, and dynamic ride control, so you can drive on the track in sport mode, or you can live luxurious in comfort mode. The last pro, and probably the most shining example, is BMW's dual clutch transmission. It's a 7-speed, paddle-shifted dual clutch that shifts in milliseconds. I'm talking about
It just flies, and it's pretty relentless as well.
One of the best things about the F80 M3 is the amount of tweaking that you can do on the driving experience just inside the car. Everything from the steering, the traction control, the suspension, the dampening, that's all fully adjustable, and you can kind of set up the car to your liking, and you can even change it for whoever's driving the car. If you want to let your kid drive it and you want to, make it so that it's not really twitchy, it's not really responsive, you can kind of slow that down. You can make it more comfortable, all sorts of different things to really fine tune the car for how you want to drive it every day for whatever situation you're in. It's actually like really insane too, the difference that you actually feel. Like you can tell like, holy shit, like what happened to this car. All right, now that we've gotten through the pros of the F80 M3, there is still some things to talk about. The fact that it is a BMW and it's expensive as shit to own.
What's up guys, how are you all doing today? Hope you guys are doing fantastic as always. Today we're going to be delving into the BMW S55 engine and the crank hub failure. This is something that is quite widespread, unfortunately, amongst the F8X community as an Achilles heel to the platform.
That's kind of the main thing that covers all of the cons. Yeah, most of them are about money. So spark plugs, yeah, you got to take that air to water intercooler off. Shop's probably going to charge you almost $1,000 to do that for spark plugs. So now you've changed your spark plugs. Maybe you've been making a whole lot of power. What most people will tell you is the crank hub is going to fail on you. Probably are like, what the hell? Why would it do that? From the factory, it's not a pinned crank hub, and when you start getting into that, 600 horsepower range, which is pretty easy to do on stock turbos, you can have total catastrophic engine failure when you least expect it. You can bring your car to a shop beforehand because you're going to need some special tools, and it's going to cost you about $6,000 to do this. You got to take the valve cover off, you got to take the oil pan off, you got to remove all of the timing chain components and install one of the aftermarket pinned crank hubs, and then you're going to have all the special tools to retime it and reinstall everything, and it's almost easier to drop the motor completely out of the bottom to do this. It's something that a lot of people will tell you that needs to be done, and it's going to happen eventually. One of the main cons on the F80 M3 and really any kind of newer vehicle is the amount of plastic that's used in the engine bay. It might be a little surprising. Your charge pipe that goes directly into the intake manifold is made out of plastic. When you start running higher boost levels, more horsepower, all those things will have a direct effect on those components. We see a lot of times that charge pipes do blow into pieces and it might leave you on the side of the road. You can hit us up here at MAPerformance and we can get you an aftermarket aluminum charge pipe. It's a really good upgrade. It's gonna keep that peace of mind that when you start modifying your car, you're not gonna start blowing things to pieces. So one con of one of the pros, the fact that this is such a performance vehicle, it is going to go through consumables at an extremely fast rate. Brakes, tires, fuel, all that stuff. You're gonna wanna check on that if you're buying one of these used. These cars are about 5 years old, so it's probably gone through a set or two of tires already, and it's gonna need some brakes. So you definitely don't wanna be on the receiving end of that one. So yeah, maybe a new set of brakes and tires are in your near future. We do have lots of options for both. One of the last things to mention when you're thinking about picking up an F80 M3 is the fact that the value of these cars is kind of all over the place. They've kind of fallen victim to that COVID market. For a while, you were seeing like higher mileage, earlier examples in the high $30,000, which was a really good deal at the time, but now I'm personally seeing a lot in the $55,000, almost $60,000 range, which is almost what these cars were brand new. So definitely, do your research, and before you buy one, make sure that you find the right options that you want and get a good deal on one. All right, so now that we've gone through all of the things that we think are pros and cons of the F80 M3, like, comment, subscribe, and definitely leave a suggestion for what we should do next, or maybe even what you think we missed on this video. We'd love to keep making more of these, and specifically, I just wanted to give a little shameless plug here. If you've got any BMW questions, I am your man at MAPerformance. You can always call and ask for Alex for your BMW needs. I've got plenty of pointless BMW knowledge going on inside my brain, so if you ever want to call and talk cars, talk BMWs with me, definitely feel free to do so. We'd love to help your builds become reality here at MAPerformance. But we'll catch you in the next one, guys.